What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It is Monday over here. Hope you guys are having a great start of the week so far. Today we do have Bitcoin down very slightly, just right underneath 28K. That zone I've been talking about to be pretty strong resistance. It did get above 28K for a little while. Had me thinking that, maybe I was wrong. This could be an easy pass. But no, it's not. It seems like I was right, but I'm not happily right. I'd rather be wrong and see Bitcoin get an easy pass and bring quite a bit of these altcoins up with it. But what could be going on with Bitcoin now could very much affect the altcoins in the short term. In the long term, but right now we are seeing quite a bit of volatility with Bitcoin. So we are going to expect some volatility with the altcoins as well. But the main topic of this video will be about MATIC, Polygon token. See what has gone on in this market since the last time I've talked about it. See what has changed. See if this coin has actually broken out of its downtrend. Could it be the start of something bigger for the bulls? We're going to be taking a look into the charts as well as some upside and downside price targets. Just going to keep it realistic with you guys, okay? As well as some key price levels to be paying attention to in order for this coin to go either direction. I'll be giving you guys my personal sentiment and opinions on this overall crypto market as a whole later in this video, so make sure to stay around for that. Lastly, of course, none of what I'm saying here is financial advice. It's purely my personal opinions and speculations. I could very well be wrong. I am not a financial advisor nor an elite trader of any sort, even though I am a profitable trader who's been able to keep most of my profits during the last bear market. But I'm looking to crush it here for the next bull cycle. So if you guys feel the same way, hit that like, hit that subscribe button. If you guys are feeling pumped, hit that like and subscribe button, and let's get right into this video. All right, so we're gonna take a look into Bitcoin first because this is very important. Because we are at a decision point here, right? If Bitcoin gets a very hard rejection here at 28K, that could still send Bitcoin back down to the danger zone, which has been the 24.7K area, okay? Because on this weekly time frame, you still have this double top pattern, right? On this weekly time frame, huge double top pattern, okay? Trying to stay away from that, has been able to, okay? Had some pretty close calls. Measure target from this breakdown would be about that 17K area, okay? Definitely want to stay away from that if you're a bull, regardless if you're holding Bitcoin or not, because if you're holding altcoins, it's probably, it's most likely going to be bringing it down, right? Regardless of the setup that you guys are, the altcoins are having, right? It could have the most bullish setup, but if Bitcoin is coming down to 17K, chances are that altcoin setup is going to get destroyed, right? Now, let's take a look into what is going on right now. As I've been mentioning, the 28K area is going to be very strong resistance because you have your weekly 200 SMA, the orange line here, currently about 28.1. You got your weekly 21 SMA at about the 28K level as well. And also very important, you have your daily 200 SMA, right? Right at about that 28K level as well right now, the orange line here. For starters, I would like to see, a daily candle close above, a solid daily candle close above this daily 200 SMA, right? Because we just started the week. So it's going to take some time, at least, a couple more days until you see a weekly candle close, right? Depending on where it closes, obviously it's going to be good if it closes on top of the weekly 200 SMA. That will be very bullish if you get a solid close on top of this and hold it. But we still have quite a bit of days left in the week. So, I mean, for at least a bullish signal before then, you want to see at least the daily candle close above the daily 200, right? Let's see if it's able to do that. Price action has gone as far up as 28.6K. Thought it was going to be an easy pass. I would have been happily wrong, because I expected some pretty strong volatility and resistance coming from this level. But price action did come all the way back down pretty quickly, okay? Now, let's take a look into let's take a look into a lower time frame here, see if we can get any clues on what's going on here, right? So if you go to the 4-hour time frame, price action broke out of this falling wedge a couple weeks back. Measure target is about 29.2K area here, right? And price action did get kind of close. I mean, 28.6, that's pretty close. Measure targets are estimates only, right? And what could be going on right now, right? Let's, since we had quite a bit of a move even within the past few hours here, it's appropriate to even come down here to the 15-minute time frame here, right? Because you can see very clearly price action has formed a falling wedge pattern, right, on this 15-minute pattern. Since the price action has gone up to about 28.6 and basically it went back down as far down as 27.6K-ish, right? All within this very small falling wedge pattern. Now, falling wedges are typically bullish patterns. Not absolutely, but the probabilities are on the bulls side, okay, in their favor, okay? If you don't believe me, just go ahead and Google search falling wedge, measure targets, whatever trading concepts I'm throwing out here, just so you know that I'm not pulling this out of thin air, right? So go ahead and get a measure target here, which is basically the opening of the pattern. The opening of the pattern here, I would consider to be this, right? This green candle wick right here, that would be the opening of the pattern. And then you put it on top of a breakout point, right? Let's just say, okay, it's getting pretty close to the top trend line. Let's just say, for example, if it breaks out within 2 15-minute candles from now, then we have a measure move of going back up to 28.6K, okay? Will that actually happen? Well, we'll see if this actually breaks out of here with this attempt. Another scenario is, this price action could get rejected at this top trend line, form some type of double bottom here. That's not uncommon to see. And then you're going to see bullish divergence on this 15-minute time frame before a breakout. I mean, that's also possible, but do remember, you could still get a breakdown, okay? Even if the probabilities are on your side of breaking to the upside, you can still break to the downside as well. In that case, then we're going to come back to this chart. I'm sure we will later, either later or tomorrow, and see what has gone on in this Bitcoin markets. Now, let's go ahead and go to MATIC because, MATIC does look like it has had a breakout just last week. And let me, show you what I'm seeing here, right? Let's come over here to the daily time frame where, I can see, a falling wedge pattern with very close to 3 candle wicks touching, okay? Very close. You have your first wick very close to this bottom trend line here. I'm going to consider it. I'm going to consider this as a falling wedge pattern, okay? So that's just my opinion. Now, price action did get a breakout, right? Let's just be very specific here. This will be the breakout point. And then, in my opinion, this is a breakout of a falling wedge pattern, even though the first candle wick not touching the bottom trend line there. Just want to note that for you. And measure target out of here, it's going to be about $1.10 area. Okay. like I said, measure targets, estimates only. What I actually get there, well, we'll see. There's going to be a lot of what ifs in between because this is a this pattern here has been forming for quite some time, right? So there's going to be quite a bit of resistances going up, I'm sure, right? And then I am going to be charting on the daily time frame or even the lower time frames and seeing if we can get any clues on what could be happening with this market, right? What are the patterns that are being developed along the way of this price action moving towards its measured targets? Okay. So yeah. So that's basically what I'm looking at. If enough of you guys do want to see more of MATIC updates, make sure to like, subscribe, comment. I will bring you guys an update if enough of you guys want to see it. Okay. Now, let's take a look into even a smaller time frame here. Okay, see if we can get any clues on what's happening here. Okay. I see that recently, this price action has just broken out of the 4-hour 200 SMA, which is a recognizable moving average. So that is a good sign in the short term, but it is pulling back right now. Let's see if we can get any patterns going here. This is on the hourly time frame. This looks like a broken down falling wedge. I mean, this is not going to pass. Let me see if this passes. Okay. I'm going to try pretty hard to see if, I don't know. I mean, you kind of have a falling channel, but I don't really like this because the the channel is widening as it comes towards the end, so I don't really like that. I'm not going to call that a falling channel. This could be forming some type of, it's too early to say, right? It is getting support. I mean, it is trying to come back up on top of the hourly 50 SMA. No, I cannot say anything about this pattern on this hourly time frame. My best guess is, if Bitcoin does not pull back further, this could come and form a some type of a cup and handle here, right? You have your left side of the possible cup, and if this bottom continues to round and comes back up to test 58 cents area, this could be a cup and handle scenario. Obviously, it's not formed, and this is my very preliminary opinion, right? Just my very early guess because I can't see any other pattern that's coming up here, right? Let's take a look into some key resistances for this for this market right now. You have your weekly 21 SMA at about 66 cents area, weekly 200 SMA about the 74 cents area, weekly 50 SMA about the 87 cents area. Let's see your monthly moving average. You got your monthly 50 SMA at about the 70 cents area, monthly 21 SMA about the 90 cents area. Now you guys can do the same drill for the 3-day time frame, the daily time frame, and then even the lower time frames that you guys are interested in, right? I'm not going to do the rest of that here because it will bore you to death. Now, you could also take a look into past trading history, right, as resistances. Okay, I'm also not going to be doing that for resistance here, but we could do some of that for support. Just for example, we're going to come to the monthly time frame here just so I can get a cleaner look at the candles here, right? So on this monthly time frame, right, I see that there's going to be key support at about that 50 cents area, right? That's just going to be seen here from, that's going to be pretty apparent here from this candle from May of last year. We have quite a bit of candle bounces at that 50 cents area here. June of this year. January, no, what? No, not January. June of this year. September, right, last year. So quite a bit of bounces from past trading history here, as you guys can see at that 50-cent area. If that does not hold, I see one bounce here from July of last year at about that 45-cent area. Okay. And then the next one down is going to be at about that 35 to 40 cents area. So quite a bit of bounces along the way, suggested by past trading history here. And these are monthly candles too, so they are pretty strong support, but that does not necessarily mean that it's going to be support that is going to carry the price action further up. You really just have to come down to the lower time frames and see if you can get any clues on if this price action is going to bounce at those supports or continue downwards. Now that's basically it for MATIC. My overall opinion on this market is still bullish because Bitcoin has been able to stay away from that double top breakdown so far. Okay, but that could change very quickly because that's not very far away. That's like what, a little more than 10% away from that 24.7K. 10%, on some, it's not uncommon, okay, to see Bitcoin wipe out 10%, in a very short period of time. So definitely cautious, but I am still overall bullish. That is not to say I'm not going to pick on any coins to short with leverage, especially if the coins have exploded recently and are hitting some resistance with a bearish pattern. Okay, so that's basically my stance. Not financial advice, of course, because it's specific to my own opinion and financial situation, right? That's it for this post. Thank you very much for watching. If you guys want to see more of MATIC, do hit that like, subscribe, comments. If enough of you guys want to see it, I will bring you guys a follow-up. Thank you, and see you guys later.